Hey there, my fellow Port Charles addicts. It's Tuesday, a beautifully chaotic day in the soap world, and we definitely need to unpack the absolute madness that just went down on our screens. Grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's dive right in. I cannot believe they did that. I mean, I can, because it is Tracy Quartermaine we are talking about, but still, let me just jump right into my feelings before I even explain the absolute train wreck that is the Quartermaine estate right now. Brooklyn throwing a massive, earth-shattering fit over Willow moving into the gatehouse is the most justified, yet entirely hypocritical thing I have witnessed on my screen since 2015. So, Tracy just casually gives Willow permission to move into the gatehouse. The Quartermaine gatehouse. Do you know how much history is soaked into the walls of that specific building? And Tracy just hands over the keys to Willow Kane? Because Michael Corinthos asked her to? Wait, I am getting ahead of myself. Let's look at Brooklyn's psychology right now. She is losing her absolute mind, throwing a fit of epic proportions, demanding Tracy undo it right this instant. But Tracy is a brick wall. Tracy agreed to Michael's master plan, and when Tracy Quartermaine makes a deal, she sticks to it. Why is Brooklyn so terrified? Because Willow is moving back onto the property where Harris and Chase is. I know some people are loving this Willow and Chase angst, but personally, I am screaming at my television. Brooklyn is sitting on the mother of all secrets. She literally framed Willow for Jordan's hit and run, a hit and run that Brooklyn actually committed. And now her victim, who also happens to be her husband's ex-flame, is living 50 feet away. The paranoia is going to eat Brooklyn alive. I mean, imagine looking out your window and seeing the woman you framed just watering the hydrangea. It is insane. And then we have Willow. Oh, Willow, Willow, Willow. She actually goes to Chase to let him know she is going to be living on the Quartermaine property, but she has to spin it. She has to put this sickly, sweet, innocent spin on the whole situation so Chase doesn't figure out she was literally blackmailed into moving there by Michael. Michael has proof she shot Drew, and he is using it to keep her under his thumb for custody of Wiley and Amelia. But Willow can't tell Chase that, so she stands there, acting like this is just a convenient real estate. Am I the only one who wants to shake Chase? He is a detective. How does he not see the sheer terror in Willow's eyes, or the absolute guilt radiating off his own wife? Chase is so blinded by his history with Willow and his love for Brooklyn that he is missing the massive, glaring red flags flashing right in front of his face. Okay, back to the point. Let's talk about Carly. I love Carly Spencer, I really do. I have been watching her scheme, manipulate, and bulldoze her way through Port Charles for years, but someone needs to stop this. She actually invites Hudson Parker over to her house. She literally serves him a cup of coffee like they are old pals catching up on the weekend. Hudson is sitting there, looking incredibly gorgeous but utterly confused, wondering how the heck she even found him. And Carly, in peak Carly fashion, just casually drops that she owns the Metro Court Hotel where Jasper Jax arranged for him to stay. Boom. Power move. She is essentially marking her territory and letting Hudson know that he is playing in her sandbox. But then she gets to the real reason for the mysterious invitation. She wants to talk about Josslyn. Carly wants to know every single thing Hudson is doing to convince Josslyn to take that CEO job at Jasper Jax Enterprises permanently. Because Carly is obsessed with getting Josslyn out of the WSB. Hudson, who actually seems to have a functioning brain, tells Carly that the ship has sailed. Josslyn doesn't want the corporate life. She wants to be an agent. But does that answer work for Carly Spencer? Of course not. She pushes him to try other tactics and report back to her with good news. I mean, can we just pause and appreciate the sheer audacity? Carly is basically ordering a corporate executive to manipulate her grown daughter. Remember when she tried to run Michael's life with the whole Nell situation? Yeah, didn't work then either. It is going to blow up in her face, and I am entirely here for the drama. Carly never learns that the tighter she grips her kids, the more they slip through her fingers. Speaking of Josslyn, she actually goes to Michael for advice. This is huge, guys. Josslyn is trying to pick someone to replace her in the CEO spot at JJE. We all know she wants Jordan Ashford for the gig, but she needs her big brother's corporate insight. Michael gets on board, he agrees to give her guidance, but he makes her work for it. Michael's help comes with a stipulation. What is the stipulation? Michael's been acting like a ruthless corporate raider lately, especially since he bought Maxie's shares at Deception. Is he going to demand JJE resources? Is he going to use Josslyn's WSB connections for his own gain? Michael has a massive god complex right now. He just paid off Jacinda to leave town after she went rogue and drugged Willow. He is ruthlessly blackmailing his ex-wife into moving into a gatehouse, and now he is holding his sister's corporate exit strategy hostage with some mysterious condition. I kinda hate what he has become, but I kinda love the villain era. It is so much better than the boring, golden boy Michael we had for years. Let's pivot to the corporate warfare at Deception, because that is a whole other level of chaos. Serena Baldwin is standing her ground against someone, and yes, Serena. Kelly Kruger is absolutely killing it in this role. Serena is facing off probably against Tracy or Michael, and she is not backing down for a single second. Lucy Coe brought Serena back to Port Charles to act as her heavy hitter, and Serena is proving that she has that fiery Scott Baldwin DNA mixed with Dominique's elegant grace. The Deception invasion is inevitable, and the drama with Tracy is going to be legendary. I am so ready for a classic soap corporate war. No guns, no mobsters, just fierce women in incredible outfits destroying each other in boardrooms. Serena is not going to let Michael or Tracy steamroll Lucy, and I am living for this energy. It is about time someone put the Quartermaines in their place in the business world. And finally, can we talk about the only pure, untainted thing happening in Port Charles right now? Lucas Jones and Detective Joe Fitzpatrick. They are getting to know each other better, and the spoilers say they seem poised to become roommates. Roommate. We all know what that means in soap. Oh my god, they were roommates. This is the slow burn romance we absolutely deserve. Lucas has been through absolute hell over the past few years. He lost Marco, he is dealing with all the Jen Sidwell trauma, the Windermere hostage mess, his sister Carly going off the rails, and he just needs a good, steady, reliable guy. Joe is a cop, he is observant, he is sweet, and he took a bullet to the head during that stakeout nightmare. If they become a couple sooner or later, I will literally throw a party in my living room. The domestic fluff potential of a doctor and a detective living together is off the chart. I can already picture Joe making coffee for Lucas after a long shift at GH. Please, writers, do not mess this up. But honestly, the overarching theme of this episode is control. Carly is trying to control Josslyn's career path by manipulating Hudson. Michael is controlling Willow's entire living situation with his blackmail material regarding the Drew show. Tracy is asserting her control over the Quartermaine estate, completely disregarding Brooklyn's frantic, guilt-ridden melt. Everyone is desperately trying to pull the strings of the people around them, and it is creating this massive, suffocating pressure cooker in Port Charles. Think about the sheer emotional toll this is taking on Willow. She was drugged by Jacinda, she is fighting a brutal custody war, she is divorcing a vengeful Drew, and now she is forced to pack her bags and move into the gatehouse of the family that actively despises her. And she has to smile and lie to Chase about it. The psychological warfare Michael is waging on her is staggering, and Brooklyn is no better. Brooklyn is sitting on the secret that she left Jordan, and Kurt is bleeding on the side of the road, and she doctored a GPS to frame Willow for it. Her panic over Willow moving onto the property isn't just about Chase's lingering feelings. It is about the fact that her entire life is built on a house of cards that is ready to collapse. If Chase ever finds out what Brooklyn did, their marriage is over. Done. Finished. And Tracy knows Brooklyn is playing a dangerous game, but Tracy is still allowing Willow onto the property because Tracy plays a long game. She probably wants to keep Willow close so she can destroy her completely when the time is right. And then there is Carly. Carly's sitting in her kitchen, sipping coffee with Hudson Parker, acting like she isn't crossing every single boundary a mother should have. She is so blinded by her fear of losing Josslyn to the WSB that she is willing to sabotage her daughter's professional relationship. Hudson telling Carly that the ship has sailed should have been the end of it. But Carly doesn't hear the word no. She just hears, try harder. When Josslyn inevitably finds out that Carly summoned Hudson to the house to plot behind her back, the fallout is going to be nuclear. Josslyn is already furious with Carly, and this is just going to push her further away. I am typing this furiously because I am just so invested in how all these threads are going to snap. Will Michael's stipulation for Josslyn backfire? Will Serena's stand at deception cost Lucy everything? Will Lucas and Joe actually get their happily ever after? Or will the Port Charles curse ruin them too? I have been a fan for over a decade, and I can honestly say this is some of the most compelling, messy, character-driven drama we have had in years. I am half celebrating the brilliant acting and half complaining about the terrible decisions these characters are making, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Will Brooklyn's dark hit-and-run secret finally detonate her marriage, or will Carly's relentless meddling destroy her bond with Josslyn? Drop your wildest theories below and subscribe.